Brand new trailer and brand new season of Zafiralis All Rounder Championship in Live for Speed. Round 1 takes place at Rockingham National with the LX4, a very popular car, which has been around since the dawn of S1 and will be tonight's challenger. And yeah, we have a good grid. We've got 25 drivers that have set qualifying times in this afternoon's action, so that should be good. And let's take a look at the track that everyone will be tackling this evening. It is Rockingham National, 2.7 kilometres, 1.7 miles, uses the infield of the Rockingham Oval. We've had 30 minutes of qualifying, which concluded a few minutes ago, bringing that in just a moment's time. And then we're going to have a 24-lap race tonight, which will take us to about 7:45 UTC. And that will be that for round 1. We are in season 2, of course, of the championship, which is going to be all year long. Next time out, we're going to be at Rockingham again with some dirt action at a combination which is to be confirmed, but it is going to be a rallycross styled event similar to last night's MRC Rallycross Championship action. We're going to be using all of the good stuff from the NDR Rally Control program as well. So that's a new feature for the 2025 season of the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship. 4 rounds of the championship will be Rallycross inspired. So we're looking forward to that. We've got road, we've got slicks, we've got dirt. They're not necessarily in that order. At 4 different environments throughout the year, decided by the victor of the triplet of races that we have in each quarter of the season. So yeah, tonight the LX4 is in play. The 1.3 litre inline-4 rear-wheel drive car weighs just under half a tonne and has 140 brake horsepower. Great little thing, good fun to chuck around this track, and we look forward to seeing what that looks like in a moment's time. Let's have a look at the qualifying results. We have Lorenzo on pole position. It was Nuzzle for a while, but then 3 other drivers have pipped him to the pole position. No one quite in the 115s, but good times nonetheless. Lorenzo, who made the trailer for this series, takes the pole position ahead of Sufor, Mad Jester, Nuzzle, Thamuli, last year's champion, of course, Mouseman, Roni, Michael, Kazu, and Twin Cam, your top 10, with Monty McCarry, Magic, Asker, Martin Kapal, etc., etc. We're going to have to go straight to the track, I think, because I think we've got the start of the race. The lights are about to go green. We are going a little bit early. That took me a bit by surprise, but we are away a minute earlier than planned. So off we go, and it's Lorenzo who makes a bit of a charge down to the first corner. Yeah, sorry, it took me a bit by surprise that. I think it's taken some of the drivers by surprise as well, as we are off and running. All good. Through the first chicane we go, and everybody looks pretty clean considering. So that's nice. Side-by-side action already in the background. Yeah, as I was mentioning in the build-up, we did have a mention that Thamuli won the previous year, 2024, the 2024 championship, just a couple of weeks ago, really. And he is currently up to P5. And we're in this gaggle there, being, well, challenged by Roni, who's decided to turn up. Nice to see him here, sporting the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship. You can catch the first round of RTFR on our channel tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, same time, same place. Everybody pretty much has started, is running the way they started. We've got Twin Cam off on the grass down to Tarzan as we go around this long hairpin. Lorenzo's opened up a 1.2 second lead ahead of Mad Jester then, before, as Roni goes for a lunge on the inside of Thamuli. Reigning champion cannot get through though. As in the background we've got Mouseman challenging Kazoo. So 2 little groups forming here. Martin Kapal sizing up the back of Crash here. And Mouseman here, winning the bonus run of the This Is Crashmas event this year. So fancying his chances here in the Zafiralis Championship. But all is smooth at the beginning of this race. A little bit of a change at the front. We've got Lorenzo being caught a little bit by Mad Jester, and Sufor now under attack from Nozzle, who had such good pace in qualifying until the dying seconds, really. But Nozzle fancying his chances to challenge Sufor into Gracelands on lap number 3. Sufor a bit wide, that's going to open him up to a challenge down into Tarzan as we continue to ride on board with Nozzle. It's going to be a simple outside move, I think. And it is indeed. Apologies for the camera angle there, but Nozzle is still giving chase. Didn't quite manage to make the move. Nozzle trying to make another run. This time he needs to get on the inside into Yentwood here. And does so. And he's gone a bit deep, and Sufor immediately able to do the switchback. So nice racing going on for the final podium position here between Sufor and Nozzle. Sufor holds on for now, as Majesta picks up the fastest lap at some point and is still closing in on Lorenzo. So Lorenzo, after a good start, has some pressure now. Just 7/10 of a second back to Manchester. So some nice action at the front. Themuli, our champion, having a little bit of a more difficult time as they all make their way out onto the school straight. Fantastic venue this for the LX4. Challenging car, challenging circuit. Seldom used, the national configuration, but it is a good one. But still, Lorenzo being caught slowly by Mad Jester and Sufor still holds off Nozzle. Out onto the school straight again then, and Sufor still holds off Nozzle. Quite surprising, really. Thought there would have been a move made by now, as we've got some action in the background. Got Twin Cam joining SVK, and also a group around Roni going into turn 1. It's Martin Kapal in that fight too, with Magic as well. So 3 wide. Martin on the outside, Magic in the middle, and Roni on the inside, but Magic has managed to get through them both. Martin forced over the grass. So some good action for the opener here. Of course, this championship runs all year long. No sign-up is required. So you can turn up and race on your Monday evenings once a month. The first Monday of the month, every month this year. And worth pointing out that there are some prizes on offer again this year. for the best performing drivers. So if you fancy your chances at... oh, so who's that going off in the background? That looked like... is that Kid? No, it was Root. We lost a couple of places there. And we've got a close battle then for the lead. It's been closing up for a few laps, but now it really is within touching distance. And I'll return to my previous thought. We have prizes on offer for the top performing drivers. The top 5 drivers this year will receive a prize, €70 for the winner, so a very decent amount of money. €40 for second place, €25 for third, €10 for fourth, and €5 for fifth. Sponsored by the Zafiralis team. A nice kind of contribution to the prize pool. So if you fancy your chances, get involved next month for round number 2, as we've got now a move on for the lead. Lorenzo forced to the outside at Gracelands, but a big kick of oversteer from Majesta, and we've also got a battle on for third. Battle for first neutralised slightly as Sufor is on the defensive from Nozzle, and it goes wide off into the marbles, and Nozzle is through finally. And there's a bit of a gap has opened up there. So a change for P3, not a change for P1 just yet. But this is great stuff at the front. Real challenge on for Lorenzo. Majesta must be enjoying this, chasing him down, knowing that one good move and he'll have control of the race. And Nozzle likewise has opened up a gap over Sufor, so he'll be happy with that. But Thamuli then, lots of things going through his head, as we've got Mouseman and Kazoo going into Yentwood side by side. And he's through. But Kazoo's trying to come back around the outside. This will be difficult into Piff. Yeah, backs out of it. Might be able to line him up into and onto, the Steel Straight before we get to Gracelands. Kazoo's thinking about it. No. Good idea to err on the side of caution there, I think. But now, more challenges on for the race lead. Majesta it has a good opportunity here, as Lorenzo's made a hash of that. He's gone really wide, almost gone into the pit lane. But still, Majesta can't find a way through. Oh, Majesta with a big slide there and catches it nicely. And yeah, that's not going to help his tyres any, so that's a good thing for Lorenzo, who can start to settle into this race again. And I think actually, as a result of the top 2 fighting, the top 5 has bunched up quite a bit. 2.8 seconds separates the top 5 in our first race. Mouseman, kind of the leader of this second pack really now, and has an opportunity then to close the gap to P5. Still plenty of laps left. We're not halfway through this race yet, as we will switch our attention to Martin Capel, who is looking to get past Johnny SVK up into Gracelands. Johnny SVK choosing to sit on the right-hand side, so we'll be a little bit less... we'll have a disadvantage through Gracelands, and Martin Capel takes full advantage. Better weight distribution through there for Martin. But Johnny SVK gets him back at Tarzan, as they run down to turn 1 again, side by side. And Johnny holds him off, but Martin still on the inside. Oh, sorry, rather the outside now for the chicane. Oh, and Johnny goes onto the grass, and that allows Martin an easy pass then for P13 it will be. as we return to the front of the grid, and Manchester has lost a step. Lorenzo has opened up the gap once again, and Nozzle is starting to bridge the gap. The gap to the lead from to P5 is down to 2.5 seconds, so 0.3 is the gap that this lot have all bunched up by. This is a proper club circuit with a proper club car. The Caterham 7 inspired LX4. Provides a lot of fun racing. A popular addition to the TBO class. Yeah, the TB04 class, which is not really used that much anymore. As Twincam makes a move on Roney. Roney went wide out of Tarzan, and that's allowed Twincam to get through. But all eyes on this lead group again then. Nozzle seems to be the car on the move and has the momentum with him. As I mentioned, had good qualifying pace. Wasn't able in the end to take the pole position, started 4th up to 3rd now, and well, it's a good podium opportunity, so you don't want to risk everything, but why not? If you've got the pace, you have to sometimes just stick your neck out and try and take advantage if there is an opportunity. And here we go, another opportunity for Nozzle. Latches onto the back of Majesta out of Tarzan. And Nozzle then is sizing up Majesta. Where can this move happen? Here we head off down to Yentwood once again, and you can just see the gap has diminished to below a second, below 0.8 of a second, in fact, separating our top 3 now. But Nozzle has to get this done soon. Here he goes. This might be a good opportunity into Gracelands yet. Majesta gives him space, but will have a decent run out of Gracelands then. Oh, but drops a wheel. That's going to unsettle him into Tarzan. Runs wide, and Nozzle now with a good opportunity to keep P2, having cemented it. And Thamouli's going for Sufor. Plenty of action at the front here. This is lovely. And Thamouli, likewise, at the beginning of quite a long championship, needs to score a better result than 5th if he wants to defend his championship hopes. Close battles for P4 and P2. Marty Capel has caught up to another driver, caught up to Twincam now. So has bridged the gap to Kazoo. Apologies, not Kazoo. Kazoo's teammate, Shiniru. And as they head through onto the Steel Straight then, we've got some drama at the front. We've got Nozzle and Majesta very close together. Thamouli's gone super wide, and Tarzan has lost a lot of time to Sufor, so I think that's scuppered his chances really. Not enough laps left now really to close that gap unless something sizable happens to one of the top 4. And Majesta just pushing Nozzle there a little bit. Going to hold them both up if he does that. Needs to commit to a move in a place where it's gonna happen. Not going to be able to get through at the chicane. might be worth Majesta working with Nozzle, who clearly has the pace, and then trying to get a move done later on. Unless Nozzle can catch up to Lorenzo, neither of them have a chance of winning. So just let him have his try and see if you can keep up. Meanwhile, we've got Roni battling with his teammate. Roni in the white and green. With Motti McCarry ahead. Oh, as Magic goes for a tank slapper, and Roni had to brake to avoid contact with his teammate there. As we've got Majesta and Nuzzle side by side again on the school straight. Nuzzle holds on, but needs to open up that gap if he doesn't want to tempt Majesta into a move. Look, Majesta's going for the outside through the chicane again. That he does back out of it, but Nozzle has to focus forward. He's got to catch Lorenzo before he can stop worrying about Majesta. And likewise, Majesta doesn't want Nozzle to get away now. Decided that he's not going to work together. He just wants that place for himself, and he's perfectly entitled to do that. Down into Tarzan for the 15th time of asking, and we've got Roni now has caught up to Motti McCarry after getting past Magic on the previous lap, and is thinking about going for a move. Has the run, but follows him in instead of going for the late braking. But still time plenty left for Roni to make that move and get himself up to P9. Lorenzo has had a comfortable run here, helped by Majesta, it has to be said. But the gap's still below a second. So highly competitive race, this one. And I think that Lorenzo has been rather fortunate that the cars behind have been fighting so hard. Nozzle now, though, has he opened up enough of a gap? I think maybe he has. He just has to keep it in the critical sector down to Tarzan, as Roni's now going for that move on Motti McCarry into Chapman. Oh, had a wheel inside, but not enough overlap for Motti McCarry to just give him the place. And Roni is still hounding the back of Motti McCarry into Gracelands. That's allowed Magic to catch back up. Needs to get a good exit from here. Another bad exit from Roni leaves him susceptible to Magic even. But Magic's not going to go for that move, not this time. Motti McCarry given a bit of breathing room at a crucial stage of the race. Not many laps left to go. Nozzle took 600ths of a second out of Lorenzo on the previous lap. And that's not enough time taken away from our race leader for Lorenzo really to need to worry just yet. And here's what the race looks like at the front. The top three still separated by just over a second. Nozzle has brought the gap down to 6/10 now. And Majesta there. Down to 5/10. The gap to our lead. And now this battle for P9 is almost 4 cars in length. So McElroy has stretched open the lead a little bit, but Twin Cam's now latched onto the back of Magic. Oh, goes a bit wide. I love that about the LX4. Tiniest of bumps and the rear end will step out. There's Martin Capel as well joining the back of this train. But Manchester clinging on to that fastest lap, watching now a battle for the lead, which has developed once again. The gap to our lead down to just 3/10. So Nozzle is doing just about enough, but a bad exit from Tarzan there. That was not ideal. Can't afford any more of those. He's got just 6 laps to go, including this one, to seal the deal for himself, to deny his teammate the win. But Lorenzo is doing an excellent job out front, just enough for now to hold on. Needs to focus forward, not get distracted by his teammate in his mirrors, which is way easier said than done. And if you're just joining us, this is round 1 of season 2 of the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship in Live for Speed. We're at Rockingham with the Caterham 7 inspired LX4. A year-long championship with prizes for the top 5 overall finishers. €70 for our winner. And all we'll need from you is a qualifying lap and about 45 minutes every month to compete for that prize. And there is our top 3 in round 1, separated by less than a second once again. Manchester is not out of this yet. There could be a late surprise from any one of these 3. 2-4 certainly out of the picture now. Our camera's trained, fixed on these 3 at the very front, as Manchester shows Nozzle that he is still there. Not able to size him up into the tight chicane there, but just let him know that he's still there. Four and a half laps to go, and we're getting to some traffic. That's Zoros there, the driver in P20 that's about to get a lap put onto his race, and oh no, definitely getting in a way there of Nozzle, and that could affect the race. A little bit of time lost. Yeah, Nozzle's been forced back into the path then of Manchester, and Zoros he can't just disappear. It's the luck of the draw sometimes with the traffic, but that has certainly had an impact. And Lorenzo is lucky again as Manchester gets pushed off a little bit there. Twin Cam, Magic and Capel also battling in the background all together. Martin Capel's caught up to Twin Cam and is making a move onto the steel straight. This is going to be a move into Gracelands, is it? Nope. Oh yeah, he's got a tiny overlap in, but Twin Cam has the advantage out. So Martin's actually gained quite a lot of time to be back in this fight. And Manchester has lost sight then of Nozzle, and Nozzle too has lost sight of Lorenzo, so the front battle is neutralized. Has Nozzle got what it takes in the last 3.5 laps to close that gap and overtake our race leader? It's a tall order, that's for sure, but Nozzle will give this everything. As Twin Cam manages to get through on Magic, and let's see if Martin can do the same thing. No, he's backed out. So Twin Cam, after being attacked by Martin, manages to attack Magic instead. Let's see if Martin can follow. Yeah, I think Magic's had an issue. Not quite able to get it done, as we've got a change for position indicated on the timing tower between Roney and Martin McElroy. I think that's already been there, so apologies for that, as we return to the battle for P2, which has pretty much had the most airtime. I say it often to drivers that get a lot of airtime in these races. You need more sponsors on your cars. Get some logos on there. Nozzle now the gap up to 1.3 seconds and going very wide. Bit of a slide, losing a bit of time. Lorenzo has so far got this thing wrapped up, but still one mistake and that could be it. 2.5 laps to go for Lorenzo. Did I just see the indicators flash then? Lorenzo's starting to get a bit excited. Or am I imagining things? I might be imagining things. But I could have sworn I saw some indicators. Maybe it was just a flash of that red logo that we see on the inside of his front wheels. But Lorenzo took pole and has led the whole race. And now has a 1.3 second lead over Nozzle. So yeah, I think Nozzle has had his chances. Jester too. But for now, it looks like we are in a sort of stable position in this race. Still time for somebody to steal that fastest lap from Jester as the fuel burns off all of our competitors' cars. As Martin has got a run on Magic into the chicane, as Twin Cam is opening up that gap a little bit, but yeah, Martin is gonna get it on the exit. Magic's run wide, and we've got Roni who's got up to the back of Asker now. So Asker has been pretty anonymous in this race, but now gets some airtime with Roni. And Roni up the inside, that'll be into Chapman. Asker's going to drop a wheel on the grass. It's going to run wide. That might give Motta McCarry a chance. This car doesn't have too much power, so momentum is quite important. And yeah, you can see that Motta McCarry has enough overspeed that he might have a run into Gracelands. But we are on the final lap, so we're going to have to cut away for a moment just to see how Lorenzo's getting on. He's doing fine. Lost about 0.4 of a second on that lap though. Our reigning champ is live on Twitch most of the races that he's in on our channel, so remember to keep an eye on his channel throughout the year as well. As Motta McCarry has fallen back from Asker and now finds himself susceptible to Twin Cam. But let's keep an eye on what's going on at the front. Down to 0.6 of a second, but just 2 corners to go for Lorenzo in race 1. Round number 1 of the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship is coming to a close. And what a race it's been for Lorenzo. Got the late pole position, had a lot of competition from behind, but held his nerve as he comes to the line with a bit of a celebration and justifiably excited by that, clearly. Lorenzo wins round 1, closely followed by Nozzle and Magesta. Very good driving from those guys. Sufor comes across the line in P4. Thamuli, 2024 inaugural season champion, finishes in P5, so a good points haul to start his defense campaign. Mouseman in P6, Kazoo P7, then it's Roni in P8, Asker in P9, and Twin Cam rounds out your top 10. But congratulations again to Lorenzo, who we just see here on the camera, and he's going to do some sort of celebration. Doing some donuts, lovely. Congratulations to him. Shumi will be our final car before we can classify the results of round number 1 of our championship here today. Shumi just rounding the final corner as we speak, as Lorenzo continues his victory lap. And there we go. all drivers have now completed the race. So let's go down that all-important list of results. Your winner tonight, Race Green Lorenzo, followed by his teammate Nozzle. Close in the end, only half a second in it. So super close racing. Majesta takes the third step on the podium after a great performance, showing Nozzle that he is totally happy to steal his lunch and didn't quite manage it, but that is a marker set for future rounds this year. Keep an eye on that battle for sure. Sufor, a good performance, P4. Tamuli, also doing a good job in P5, with Mouseman, Kazoo, Roni, Aska, and Twincam rounding out your top 10. Martin Kapal, in the end, after some good moves up the field, couldn't break into the top 10 in the end, finishing P11, with Magic, Motimer Carey, Shinny Brew, Johnny SVK, Kid, Ayub, Crash, Shumi, and Zorus, the 20 cars that finished. But I think we have a couple of DNFs to report. Just one, actually. ST, what is that? Is that an M or an R? STRNG, Strange, finishing 23 laps down. And Nozzle is given the fastest lap honour this evening with a 1:16.39. Not quite close to his to the overall pole position in qualifying, but that is sort of to be expected. And there we have the two Race Green teammates in the background on the grid, soaking up a bit more of the limelight. Not that they haven't had enough this evening. But yeah, that is a wrap for round number 1. Well, we very much hope you enjoyed the action here this evening from the Zafiralis All Rounder Championship at Rockingham National. As I mentioned, the next time out is going to be in February for the first of the dirt rounds. Each quarter of the year, we're going to have one road, one dirt, and one slick race. The dirt round is going to take the format of a rally cross event. So we're going to use exactly the same format pretty much, with a couple of changes from yesterday's inaugural round of the 4th season of the Master Race Car Rallycross Championship, using the New Dimension Racing race control app here in Live for Speed. So a little bit of a difference this season for the All-Rounder Championship, in that it's not going to be a straight race. It's going to be heats followed by a final. So please check out the information about the All-Rounder Championship on the Live for Speed forum if you're interested in getting involved, or simply turn up before the race starts for qualifying on the 3rd of February, which is the next time we are going to be live with this series. The next time we're going to be live on our channel is going to be tomorrow. That's going to be for round 1 of the 2025 season 1 of Roni's Tuesday Fun Race, the 349th ever event. And that's going to be with the Toy Yoda JT86. Let me get that right. That's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Tuesday, the 7th of January at Aston Cup. We're back at Aston Cup, and we hope you can join us for that. The season, once again, the entire RTFR season and XL season are supported by World Class Lines, once again, with prize money on offer for the top drivers in each of those championships. Very generous support again from World Class Lines. So please join us for all 3 of their events this year. RTFR season 1 starting tomorrow, RTFR season 2 starting in the summer, and RTFR XL running all year long. You can check out information on our calendar on our website at simbroadcasts.tv. Well, that's all of the action from us here on Sim Broadcasts for tonight. We hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll catch you next time for more action in Live for Speed. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Good night.